So we actually don't have anything to sell you. We just like to give back. We build businesses. We're too busy with that. But my business partner, he said, why don't we actually sit down and talk once a week? It gets us a chance to connect and talk about business, and then we can help people in the same time. And that's why we're creating this podcast. Welcome to this podcast. We call it Money Talks. This is officially our first episode. This is for you if you are a business owner, you're making anything from $0 up until $1 million a year. You're a coach, consultant, and you want to scale that. You want to grow it. You want to double your business, triple your business, or 10x your business. And today with me, I got my friend and business partner, Lucas Lopez, and I guess we'll just shoot the shit.
Yeah, let's do it.
So how do you think we should start this? This is our first podcast.
I think let's present ourselves. You want to start? Who are you and what have you been doing while you're sitting here?
Okay. So, who am I? My name is Neil. I've been a business owner for almost 20 years. I started out being a coach and consultant before it was cool. So you don't know this because you're a youngster, but when I was 18 years old, which is way too young starting in that line of business, but like it wasn't cool to be a coach or consultant. No. So I've seen all these, I've seen the trend becoming more and more normal. And today being a coach and consultant is very, very normal, right? So I've had the fortune to build a lot of businesses, and I never had a mentor showing me the way, like holding my hand. And that's also why we kind of want to do this. And maybe you can touch on how it's been for you. But like, I feel like I would have sped up the process with 10 years. Like I would have gotten much bigger results if I had somebody looking over my shoulder. Right. So I had the 10 dark years, but like I've been in dating industry. I've been in the fitness industry, calisthenics, personal development, trading, beauty business, and a lot of different businesses as an owner. And now what I specialize in is going in, finding a talent, and then building an offer that is incredible, high ticket, anywhere between $5,000 to $100,000 per offer that depends on the model, right, of the business, and then automate that business. Make sure that marketing is in place together with you, sales, delivery, and then like release and get out of it. That's how I like to roll.
Yeah. So I come from a lot different background.
Yeah.
We're both Danish.
Yeah.
People know Denmark, small country in Scandinavia, and I come from a family where school was a high priority. My mom was a teacher. She would always push me in school, and I did well in school. So I always thought that I would just take the traditional route. Like I would just become a lawyer because I had good grades. But it never really resonated with me. I could do it. I had the grades to do it and whatever, but I don't know. I felt like I would just get stuck in a life that I really didn't enjoy. And that's really what drew me into entrepreneurship or being self-employed. It was really the freedom. For me, it wasn't like the dream of the fancy car or the money. It was just like, I can't see myself working a job with a boss for the next 60 years.
Me too.
I just couldn't see it. And then I was so fortunate to meet you, and I started working with you and like moved up the ranks there. And to touch on what you said about having a mentor, for me, I think I have at least saved 10 years, at least, of just being lost in the desert of entrepreneurship just because I could follow your footsteps. Like you could tell me, I've already made this mistake. Don't go that route. Go over here. And it saved me so much time. And that's why when we talked about the podcast, I was like, this is why we have to do this. Because now you have so much experience. I also have built several businesses now, and we have a lot to give. So there's so many people at home who will save so much time by just watching this. And that's the ultimate purpose here.
Yeah, I agree. And for me, it was also just I could not see myself working for somebody else, dictating my time, dictating like my life basically. So that never felt right for me. And I had all these aspirations and big goals, but like I just went through much failure and disappointment because when you don't have somebody like saying, don't go that way, it doesn't matter how fast you run.
Yeah.
If you run towards west, you're not going to see a sunrise.
Yeah.
right? It doesn't matter how much you hustle, how much you work. You can work 1 hour a day, but just walk in the right direction. You will see a sunrise.
Yeah. Especially now in this day and age,
Yeah.
like you go on YouTube and there's just like a billion fucking videos
Yeah.
about business, and one says one thing, the other says another, and it's just you can so easily get lost
Yeah.
in that, and
Yeah.
it's just waste hours, and you feel like you had a productive
Yeah.
day, but did you really push the
Yeah.
needle?
Yeah.
And then also a lot of, because now we're talking about, oh, I don't want to work for a boss and whatever, I want to have the freedom, but then you actually start your business and you realize you're even more of a slave than normal employers.
Yeah, if you don't do it
employees.
right, at least.
Exactly.
Right, because if you build it right, then quickly you can release yourself,
Yeah.
depending on the business. But here's the thing, like, I didn't want to do this podcast in the beginning because I felt like if I do a podcast, it needs to be very specific and about something where I know I can deliver value.
Yeah.
Because I think there's so much bullshit out there, and I don't want my stuff to be like, what is it called? Like repeated stuff that you hear somewhere else. That's not it. Like, what we're going to share is life experience and how to build multi-million-dollar businesses fast.
Yeah.
Automate it and get real freedom. Like, if you want to be a billionaire, like, maybe you can come back in 10 years and I can give you advice on that, but that's not the advice you're going to get here. The advice you're going to get is specifically how do you build a business quickly? How do you build it to 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, even $10 million a year, but automate it and quickly and get real freedom? Because what you said is a lot of business owners, they make money, but they don't have freedom. Like, I can literally stop working today for the next, rest of my life. And so can you to an extent, right? But like, I can literally do that. And that is freedom. If you don't have that, then you don't have freedom.
No.
So, and a lot of business owners, they're like, oh, I enjoy long hours. Like yesterday, I worked 12 hours. Like, I work on average 10 hours. I don't go in 18 hours every day. Sometimes I do 18 hours. But the point is, I do it when I want to accomplish something that I want to like create because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I think that's important.
Not just to pay the next bill.
Not to pay the next bill, or if I don't do it, then everything falls apart.
Yeah, because that's one of the big lies when you start a business, especially when you see the content online, is the lie about freedom. Because I would say most business owners have less freedom than the average employee.
Yeah.
The average employee has weekends. They're off at 4 p.m. They don't have to take phone calls all of a sudden. But the average startup is on 24/7.
Yeah, 24/7. But like I would say, with the partners that we built it with, like in some cases, like we can build $1 million business where they actually spend 10 hours a week.
Yeah.
Because we have the systems and people in place, and
But
then also we take bigger cuts from it.
But that's
like,
also very rare. That's
that
why
is rare, but I'm just saying it's not impossible. Like, but what is very feasible for everyone is like put in 1.5 years of hard work, like put the systems in place, put the teams in place, and then free yourself.
Yeah.
And go in and work 5-10 hours a week. That is possible, because building a coaching business that makes, let's say, $2-3 million, $4 million, $5 million a year is not a huge accomplishment.
No.
I will take that back. It could feel like a huge accomplishment. It's not a big deal if you look at it objectively from a world standpoint. You're not taking people to Mars.
No.
Like, right? You're not like, you're just building a great service, creating something unique, and maybe something that's not been there before. But like the systems and processes to make that happen are simple. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And people complicate it because they don't know, or they think to have to do it another way. They're trying to reinvent the wheel. But we have done it over and over and over and over and over and over again. So you have to be an idiot at this point to not know what to do.
Yeah. And what we really want to talk about today is that we have categorized it into 6 major problems that you need to solve to, first of all, build and scale your business, but also to pull yourself away. Because my point was not that you cannot have a business and work 10, 15 hours. My point is just that most businesses don't do that because they don't know how to.
They don't know how to.
They're taught only how to grind, but not taught how to enjoy or actually build a business that works for you. And that's what we want to talk about.
You have to keep the end in mind.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Yeah.
When you go into it.
And some people are like, oh, I don't care. I just want to make as much money as possible. But that's usually when you're starting up and you're not making that much money.
But even if you want to make as much money as possible, you have to have the blueprint for that.
Yeah.
And you need to have like an end goal. Like, even if your goal is, okay, I want to make $100 million a year, okay, like how do you get there? So like there
No
needs,
matter what,
yeah.
no matter what avenue you have, you need to have some kind of blueprint.
The
to
good thing
follow.
about also being able to automate it, you can sell it, or you can just run it and like manage it with a few hours a week. It really depends on what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So as you said, we've categorized it into 6 major problems because the way I view it is entrepreneurship is basically just solving problems.
Yeah.
The more problems you solve, the more successful you become. The bigger problems you solve, the more money you get, the better business you get. So, like, you can't really wish for not having problems. You just have to wish for a higher quality of problems.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. A lot of people have a negative connotation with problems.
Yeah.
But I mean, as an entrepreneur, you have to be okay with just putting out little, especially in the beginning.
Yeah.
Putting out little fires all the time.
Yeah.
And that's also one of our big philosophies. Is like a lot of people are very caught up on it being perfect before they can put a product out. Before you can start the business, I need the perfect logo. I need 3 meetings about the brand colors and blah blah blah. We are the complete opposite. Like the amount of shit. Like if you just look at it without being an inside, the amount of shit we put out that just look like something a 4th grader made, but has made us money is absurd. Like people would be very uncomfortable with that, and even I was like semi uncomfortable with that first time I did it. But it's that thing of releasing control and actually being okay with putting something out that's 70% done or 60% done.
60% done even. Like I had a mentor who said, like, if it's not 70% okay, like if you're releasing it, like if you can't release it when it's 70% done and make money, it's not going to make money when it's 100% done.
No. So everything else is just wasting time.
And that's usually what we say is like when people, they spend a week focusing on the website and the logo and the brand colors, like we already make the first 50 or $100,000. Like from scratch. And I'm talking about no network, no money put down, like literally it.
Yeah.
Right? So it's literally grinding, sales, making it happen. Oh, I don't have the product. Well, you don't need the product. No. You just need like the hypothesis, and then like you need to be able to roll with it.
Yeah.
And another good point is like that requires strength, but it also requires being able to take risk.
Yeah.
And manage stress. And I feel like the level of stress you can take and the level of risk you can take will also have an effect on your success.
100%. 100%. I mean, especially in the beginning, you have to be semi-delusional. Like we've spoken about before, it's like you have to have some kind of vision that nobody else understands. Like, for example, when I first started, all my family thought I was nuts. Like, they didn't understand what I was doing, but I could picture it clearly, and I was willing to take the risk for it. But if you're not willing to take that first risk, it's very difficult to actually get the ball rolling. And a lot of people underestimate the power of momentum. Like, that's why we start, because the second you get that first sale in, rather than sitting and talking about the brand colors and the website, getting that first sale in, all of a sudden the energy switches.
Yeah, that's
especially
the attitude.
when you work with people.
Yeah, 100%. That's the attitude always we have, is like we need to make the first sale today, kind of.
Yeah.
Like it's not always today, but it's like if you're really somebody who's starting out, you want to start a business, your attitude should be, how do I make a sale next week?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what the product is. Doesn't matter.
It's the snowball effect.
Like that's the standard you should set for yourself.
Yeah.
You will figure it out.
Especially when you work with people, if you have team members or if you have a partner or whatever, like say me and you, we start from scratch. What's going to motivate us more, a sick brand logo or whatever, or a first sale?
Yeah,
if we get a first sale,
always.
then we're ready. Now the ball is rolling and we want to go catch the second one, right? And then you fix those little problems along the way, right? The logo has never defined the business.
No, never.
Never.
So basically what we are going to take you through today will be what we have discovered, especially what I have discovered over 20 years of what makes a coaching business successful and what automates it. And it's like 6 major problems you need to fix. So should we go walk through them?
Yeah.
By the way, before we walk through them, there is a subset of 22 problems beneath these 6 problems. And then, of course, you can go a layer even further down. But we'll touch on most of this today, and you will have a blueprint today on how you can go out and execute your multi-million-dollar coaching or consulting or service business and automate it. So, yeah, do you want to begin?
Yeah. The first problem is you.
Yeah.
Like you as a business owner.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of people underestimate this one also. They think if as long as I'm good at marketing or I'm good at sales or whatever, then my business will be great.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times now, we work with a lot of people and a
Yeah.
lot of business owners. And a lot of the times, it's not really only the skill that's holding them back. It's them.
Yeah.
It's their own bottleneck.
Yeah.
In terms of, we talked about risk adversity.
Yeah.
I see a lot of business owners, like, when you start out, you're okay with taking that risk. You're taking that leap of faith. But then you are, all of a sudden, you start making money. And I think the most dangerous zone as an entrepreneur is when you're making around 30 to 50K profit a month. Because when you get in there, all of a sudden life upgrades. You get that car that you want. You
buy a Rolex.
Yeah, you upgrade.
You're probably the richest one in your family.
Exactly.
If you come from a
by
poor
all
background.
parameters, you are successful. But now you go into scarcity mindset. A lot of people do this, and they are scared to take the next leap of faith to go from those 50K to 500K instead. And because you don't want to break what you've worked so hard for. You are like so desperate, like you've spent so many days, so many hours on your baby, and now you're scared to
take
to
the
break
next thing,
it.
or even comfortable. Some
Yeah.
people are just comfortable. It's like, okay, and I had that too. Like, like it's just okay. Sometimes you just want to enjoy life. You just have to not be caught up into it too much. Because I'm not one of them who's gonna say, oh, you're not gonna enjoy life. Take a year off, go travel the world if that's what you want. I've done that multiple times in my life. It's just that sometimes you can get too comfortable, and sometimes people just stay there, and then life loses its juice.
Yeah.
Because you will usually feel most juiced up in life if you're going for something 100%.
Yeah.
And most people, entrepreneurs, they want to be doing something that is entrepreneurial.
Yeah, you have to make that new vision. When you hit your first vision, you have to immediately make that new vision, that new goal of what you wanna go for. And it doesn't necessarily have to be make more money. It could also be I want to work less. I want to be less dependent on in this business. Because some people are like, well, if I could make 30K a month, I would be happy, right? A lot of people would think that.
Yeah.
And then it's just all about not being consumed
Yeah.
24/7 to make that 30K.
Yeah.
Because then what's money, right?
Yeah. So for me, when it comes to you, the biggest problem that hold people back is you, as you say. Like, it's who you are as an entrepreneur. Because there's this saying, like, your mindset defines who, like, the results you achieve. And I agree with that to an extent. But there's something, for me at least, much more important than mindset. And I don't hear too many people talk about this, but, like, mindset is great, but I can still have a great result if my mindset is not 100% on point. Meaning, sometimes you can't control your mindset. Like, sometimes your mind says, oh, like, worries about something, or like, this cannot happen, or you doubt, like, whatever. But the point is, you can still follow through if you have the right energy. So to me, what's much more important than a mindset and much more powerful is the energy you show up with.
Yeah.
Because your mind can be like, oh, I don't want to do this, da, 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 da. And if you're stuck in the, oh, like, I have to think like that, and then you're just gonna get into, like, some kind of fucking, like, mental health issue, I think. Because then you're gonna be like, my mind says this, I don't want this. Fuck it, it's your mind. Your mind sometimes is gonna bullshit with you, and it's gonna say all these fucking weird things. It is what it is.
Let it run.
Let it run its course. It's just like sometimes you need to sit down and be like, okay, this is how I feel. This is my mindset, but that's not the energy I'm gonna show up with. I still want this. Let the fucking like, bricks fall where the bricks gonna fall.
Yeah, and a lot of when in terms of energy, what I like about energy is that it's easier to engineer in the sense that mindset is very difficult because you can't see it, you can't feel it. But your energy, you can pretty much control. You can control that you sleep properly.
Yeah.
You can control that you eat properly. You can control that you work out. You can control, like, who you're around.
Yeah.
So it's easier to engineer how to get good energy, because
Yeah.
obviously you're gonna show up shit for work if you got 2 hours of sleep, you haven't worked out for a month, and you ate like crap.
Yeah, exactly. So, and everybody is different, I've learned. Like, there's not one rule. Some people, they can just smoke cigarettes and drink coffee and eat potato chips and just fucking work 80 hours a week, focused. Like, literally, there are people like that. But some other people, you just do one of those things and they fucking, like, they can't operate. So, like, it's just knowing who you are and make sure you show up right.
Yeah.
But another thing that I don't hear too many people talk about is strategic precision. It means like doing what's needed. And a lot of times people, I did at least, I mystified success.
Yeah.
Like I put it on a pedestal when I was younger. I was like, success is this holy grail because I come from poverty. I was homeless, all these things. So for me, success was the ultimate grail. And it felt like something I was just desperate for and I could never get. And I chased it. And there's nothing wrong in chasing things.
No.
It's just I didn't chase it the right way. People, I hear a lot of people who think they figured life out, and they talk about, you shouldn't chase things because if you don't chase, it will just come to you, manifest. Great. The thing is, with effort, things come faster.
Yeah.
Period. Now, can it come? Yeah, sure. But it also depends on what is the thing, like how you do it. Like universe doesn't work like, I want it, so it's going to come to me. No. It's going to come based on the energy you put out. And then, of course, if action is there. But why do I say this? It's because you need to do what's needed. It's really simple. Success is simple. It's just doing the right thing at the right time, in the right order.
Yeah.
Boom, success. And it's not really that difficult. But when you're sitting there emotional, you want all these things and you're like just putting it on a pedestal and like you're grinding so hard, you're putting so much meaning into it. And it's like all this emotion, it can feel sometimes like it's such hey, bro, success is going to happen.
Yeah.
Do the right things for a year, for 2 years, done.
Yeah. But it also requires some kind of level of cold-bloodedness. Because I know one thing that I struggle with, especially if you have a team, is I know my top 3. I know what's going to make this day successful. But then all of a sudden I get a phone call. I need to answer this email. This guy's texting me on WhatsApp. And one thing, the most important thing about strategic precision, in my opinion, is saying no to stuff.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing for me. The biggest mindset shift was when I was able to say no. No, that's not now. That's tomorrow, or that's this time, or whatever. Because that's very difficult. Because especially when you're starting up, you think everything's important. Right? But all of a sudden you realize, okay, I'm spending 4 or 5 hours on bullshit, and not even only the time, but it's also the bandwidth. Because let's say you put three hours aside for your number one priority. If you have a 5-minute interruption here and 5-minute interruption here, it's not only these 5 minutes, you're also losing 20 more minutes of refocusing again and getting zoned in.
So strategic precision has a lot of parts to it, like you just explained. But the fundamental part is so simple. It's the ability to focus.
That's it.
And for me, I learned that through meditation. Some people can learn it, you have it naturally. Some people, but it's very important to be able to sit down and just focus 3 hours, for instance.
Yeah.
Like if you can't do that, then you're fucked. Some people say that reading helps. Like you can sit down and read. But like in this day and age, like you have fucking people are on TikTok, they're on fucking Instagram, they're on fucking Facebook, they have WhatsApp notifications on, like everything is like da-da-da-da. You have like a brain as a goldfish for 7 seconds.
Yeah.
I read that somewhere. Like, people are just like these dopamine, adrenaline junkies, especially the younger you get because they grew up with a fucking phone, right? So, but the thing is, like, you need to be able to if you cannot sit down and focus on one task for 12 hours in a day, you're fucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
In terms of reaching big goals.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you shouldn't have breaks. I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy life. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying being able to joyfully focus on something that's important to you. Like if you can't do that, then it's going to be very hard to achieve great things.
Yeah.
I'm not saying work 12 hours a day. That's not what I'm saying. I don't do that.
Just have the ability to do so.
The ability to.
Yeah.
That's what strategic precision is about. So training that focus, training the ability to know. And again, if like you can take 10 years and then you have wisdom and you can sit here and be like, hey, I had 10 dark years. Or you could just find somebody who knows what to do and just focus on those things. Because then it makes it easier. You just have to focus on the right things.
A recommendation for people at home who want to work on this is the Healthy Minds app by Richard J. Davidson. Really smart neuroscientist.
Yeah.
He actually helps with how you rewire your neural pathways to focus better. So it's a very scientific, and it's like you can watch 5-10 minutes a day.
Yeah, scientific proven.
Yeah.
Like they even put people, kids and adults under MRI scanners, looked at the brain, and after 2 weeks, like totally new neural pathways are lightening up. after just like meditation of 10, 20 minutes a day.
And it's free.
And it's free.
And the guy's an absolute genius.
Genius, 30 years in Harvard,
Yeah.
worked with the Dalai Lama. Like,
Yeah.
they have the most comprehensive studies in the world on the brain
Yeah.
and meditation. So it's not like some woo-woo shit.
No.
It's literally reprogramming your brain.
Yeah. Healthy Minds app. So download it.
yeah.
Yeah.
What else do I have here in my notes? Because sometimes I need notes. Elite synergy. I mean, there's a lot of things when it comes to you, but one of the concepts that I want to talk about is the elite synergy. I think, from my experience, what has helped me, and I think you a lot, is the fact that you design your life to be in flow state.
Yeah.
So I make it so I almost never have bad days. Like, I can count maybe a bad day, at least for sure on one hand in a year, right? If that much. But it's because that if something happens that I don't like, I get picked up automatically.
Yeah.
What do I mean? Like, small. So not everybody can do this. I understand, but it's the thinking behind it. It's like starting building. Like, if you're in a 30 square meter apartment and like you have nobody, you're starting from scratch. I get it, but you need to build a life. But I'm saying, like, who is in your life? That's important. Like, everybody I interact with are people who have a positive effect towards my life, and I have a positive effect on their life.
Yeah.
So everything is going towards something bigger and better for all of us. We all become more, we all become better, we all give more, and we all build something. So that, like, whoever I hang out with.
Yeah. I mean,
Of course, there are escapes sometimes, but I don't have many of those.
No.
Yeah.
No. I mean, for example, from the book Atomic Habits, what they say is just make it more convenient to do good habits. So if you're surrounded by people who want to be better, it's more convenient to be better.
Yeah.
But if you're surrounded by people who want to do worse, then it's more convenient to do worse.
Yeah.
And it's the same with everything, like gym. Right, so a big game changer for us is gym at home because it's so convenient to have a good habit now. You don't have that block of, oh, I have to sit 15 minutes in traffic. I have to be surrounded by.
I don't miss
100
any
people.
workouts anymore.
No.
Like, period. I don't
Because
miss.
it's so convenient. It's like you just walk out, and maybe people at home like, oh, I can't afford a home gym. I would rather, if I was broke today, I would rather invest in just a few dumbbells, and then
Pull-up bar.
a pull-up bar. Pull-up bar you can get for almost no money, $20 bucks. You can get a cheap one. And then I would do all my workouts at home rather than missing it. Like, if it's a problem for you that you're missing gym, I would rather do simpler workouts but do it consistently.
But I actually noticed the other day, like, I had a great day. I went to bed about 12:30 in the night. I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't work out today. I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll do it now.
Yeah.
I would never have done that before.
No.
Impossible, right? So that's one thing. It just builds that momentum. Having an ice bath was also a game changer. Some people like it, some people don't. I enjoy it. Sit there 1-2 minutes every day. Like, I fucking enjoy it. Like, small things like that. The sauna we built, right? Having a maid.
Yeah.
Like, and I know not everybody can do that, but like, once you're starting to make, let's say, just, I don't know, $20,000 a month, all these things are probably possible for you, especially if you move out and live in a third world country. But like, it is possible.
Yeah. For me personally, the ROI is insane because, again, the elite synergy that you get in terms of how many more hours of productive work you have just because of the convenience and because your energy is better because you are just constantly in a circle of good habits.
Yeah.
For me, the ROI is insane. Biggest ROI.
And I think
move
I
we've
actually
made.
could do it in third world. Like if you go to Philippines, you go to Thailand, you go to Colombia for like $10,000 a month. Like, you should be able to live like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, make sure that your friends, like, so in my house, we live about 6 people on and off, right? But everybody, my girlfriend, your girlfriend, like your brother, like, everybody is building Ria or mate. Like, everybody is helping us achieve our goals. And we help, everybody wins.
Yeah.
So it's a journey, and I think that's very important to have in your life.
Yeah.
And I think that's the number one thing to start. If you don't have that, be like, okay, who can I be tight with, who we can grow together so everybody can win.
Yeah.
I think that's very, very important.
And it doesn't even have to be only business. Of course, it's good to have someone in your business corner, but you could also have someone who just adds good energy on your days off, right? But just making sure that everything that's around you is adding
value to like where you want to go.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of more things. I mean, we could talk probably just maybe we should do that one day
Yeah.
just about you. But I think like we touched on most of it. Should we jump to the next one?
Yeah. So the next one is your offer to the world.
Yeah.
right? So now we're getting more into the strictly business side. So one big kind of thing that I saw was it's not the best product that wins. It's the best packaging. It's the best how it actually looks and feels and how people relate to it. Because if you go to Silicon Valley, right, I can find 200 easily developers who have the most amazing product, the new AI, the new this, the new that, and they have spent 15 years on developing it, but they haven't made a dollar because they don't know how to package it. So at the end of the day, you can make the best product in the world, but if nobody knows about it, and if it doesn't resonate with anybody, it doesn't matter. It's like if a tree falls in the wood, nobody hears it. Did it fall? Right?
I agree. Yeah, for me, it's great. A guy like Alex Hormozi made the book World Class Offers or Great Offers.
$100 million offers.
$100 million offers. Perfect. Like, so everything he taught in that book is something that I learned 20 years ago from my mentors when I created my first $20,000 product. And so I'm happy that there's stuff out there, but like a great offer is more than just the product, as you said. It's also how you frame the product. It's not usually the best burger that wins, it's the best concept. So McDonald's is probably objectively not the best burger in the world. Probably not the tastiest, probably not the healthiest, probably not the best one, right? There are probably other things out there that taste better and feel better and is a better product, but they're not winning at the same level. Why? Because it's packaged better. So the packaging, what is that? For me, it's like the 20 words that summarizes what you offer. But it needs to be specific. So what do I mean? Important note. Like what I've learned is, my mentor said this, Sam Ovens, back in the day, he said, generalists, specialists are paid 30 times more than generalists on average. So even if you go as being a general doctor, like a general doctor versus somebody who is a specified doctor, that could be, a doctor who's specialized in a specific heart problem for kids that only a few people in the world knows of. Like even if he's not the best in the world, just because he has this specialized knowledge, all of a sudden he becomes the go-to guy and is paid 30 times more than a generalist.
Yeah. And a lot of people think that for you to be rich, you have to have a huge following, or you have to have 1 million followers, and you have to be a semi-celebrity. That's not true at all. If you look at CPH Trading Academy, we have 25,000 people into a Facebook group, and we made north of $10 million just from that.
Just from that, yeah. Like we get it up to about $300 to $500 per business usually per follower in a Facebook group, which is, absolutely amazing.
So that, just to explain that's $300 to $500 per group member that comes into the group. The value of that is $300 to $500.
Yeah, even if like on average per group member that follows.
Yeah.
Right.
Usually,
some buy, some don't buy.
Yeah. So we are making more money with 25,000 followers
than a lot of people do with millions of followers.
Yeah.
I see people who have millions of followers and they actually have a nice lifestyle on the Instagram and they can be beautiful. But then when you dive deep or you talk with them, you figure out like they're fucking broke a lot of the times. Or they're making sure they're a model or sure they're doing like brand deals. But then you really dive deep and like, this is not money.
No.
Like, this is not money. Yeah, sure, they can buy, $10,000 a month or $20,000 a month is not money when you're at that level.
No. When you have that many followers, you should be making a lot more.
Yeah, So the bringing the right offer to the world is about the marketing message. So, for instance, I worked with a guy before. He was a fitness coach. So he helped all kind of people. I sat him down. This was in Bali, actually, when I was there. And I sat him down, and I was like, he became a client. Max is his name. And he said to me, well, I really enjoy working with fighters because he has helped somebody who's now in the UFC. It's like, okay, interesting. And he said, I actually think I do my best work there because I'm also a professional Muay Thai fighter. Like he's done that a little bit for fun. Not at a high level, but like, so I figured out this is what he wanted to do. So I like, okay, why don't we create a concept? And after a conversation, like it became now instead of I'm a fitness coach, I can help you lose weight. It became, I'm going to help fighters go from amateurs to pro. Like basically that's the tagline. So that you can word that in different ways and you can make it fancy with ChatGPT and come up with like ways to express
that's the backbone.
But that was the backbone. I'm helping amateurs going pro with fighting.
And now he moved from just being in a crowded room where everyone's trying to help people lose weight to now he's unique.
Unique.
Like, he's a purple cow. He's a
Yes.
unicorn.
Yeah.
Right.
And a purple cow is the concept of like you're driving in your car, you're looking at a field, and there's a fucking purple cow. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You're gonna hey, what's up? What's that? You're gonna look at it.
Yeah.
Right? Some people are gonna love it, some people are gonna make fun of it, some people are gonna hate it, some people are gonna ignore it after they looked at it, but you cannot ignore it. That's
Yeah.
my point.
Yeah.
And you want to have a message and package your offer in a way that it's like, this is interesting, this is unique.
Yeah.
Most people they mess it up there.
Yeah. And an easy way to do it, or to at least get the ball rolling or get some data in, is if you have some kind of following, if you have any kind of platform. What we usually do is we put out a survey and we ask questions to get to know your following more, like what's their pain points, what's their main objection, what's their main goal, and then I actually make them create the program for me. I make them create the marketing message. I have, like, for example, you came up with the tagline for the UFC fighter. Then you make 5-10 variations. You make them pick which one sounds best.
Exactly.
So you actually get market feedback before you put it out in the world.
People buy what they help create.
Yeah.
So if you have a list, even if it's 50 people,
Yeah.
ask them what resonates most with you. But like, you want to find out their goals, their aspirations, their fears. What are they ashamed of? What are they scared of? Like all these things. What do they think about in the night? Because you want to understand your avatars, we call it, avatar's potential client, your dream client, better than they understand themselves. Because then you can create a message for them. Another example would be like, at one point, I was helping a fitness coach from Germany, and she came to me with her husband, and she was just a general fitness coach. But we figured out, like, she just had a baby. She had learned some things with this baby, how to connect with the baby in a special way and still keep being fit. So now the concept became like, I'm a fitness coach, to now like, oh, I am somebody who can help you reconnect with your baby and get in in shape at the same time. So as a fitness coach, that's a unique thing. Now you can charge $10,000 for that instead of, a couple of $100.
And also, it allows you to speak a lot more directly to your avatar, to your target buyer. So if I'm just saying you want to lose weight, it's like, yeah, I guess. But if I say, are you a mother? Did you just give birth and you want to reconnect with your baby and lose some of the baby fat? Then I'm the one for you.
Yeah.
Now it's like, wow, she's speaking directly to me.
Yeah. And I didn't want to use the fitness examples only because I don't want to have people think that's my niche at all. It was just something that was fresh in my mind. Another one that's fresh in my mind is we have a celebrity partner now where in Denmark where we build a beauty brand. And with this, it became really, we are helping women, after menopause in their 50s, 60s, 70s to find, to become 10 years younger and change their, not only their looks, but their identity. So we created a message around that. And that's very unique.
Yeah.
If you are 50, if you're 60 years old, 70 even, and you want to become 10 years younger, you want to feel more energy, you want to lose weight and become the best version of yourself, this is the universe for you. And then, like, that was the first iteration. And then actually the first iteration was 40 to 80. And the second iteration became 50 to 70, right? And now I think we're going to move to 50 to 60 or something like that. And like, it's really and this is like something that we're working on right now.
You tweak all the time.
Yeah.
And a lot of people make the mistake of, because we're going to talk about leads.
Yeah.
A lot of people make the mistake of skipping this offer to the world and then going to leads, thinking, oh, I have to get leads in. But if you don't have this in place, then either you will get no leads because you don't know who you're talking to, or you'll get a bunch of unqualified leads who are not 100% in. Like, I'd rather get fewer leads, but qualified that are interested in exactly what I'm selling, rather than just people who clicked an ad because they saw something about weight loss.
Exactly. And like, to use this beauty example, it started with, okay, we're going to create a beauty program for people who are 40 to 80 years old, and we're going to create a transformational program so they can become the best version of themselves. Now, after a little bit of like research, it became, okay, we are helping women who are 50 or 60 years old who want to change the person in the mirror, right? Like, specifically, and become 10 years younger, feel 10 years younger. Now, that becomes really specific.
Yeah.
and like that language, I just remembered, like the person in the mirror. And there was also another, I can't remember how you say this in English, but like dit selvbillede. Like how do you say that in English?
Yeah, your self-reflection, like
How
you see yourself.
How you see yourself was also very important to them. So we word them specifically. I'm not gonna give like the specific words we came up with because I can't remember it. But like my point is, like we had a hypothesis. We changed the hypothesis because of feedback, and you do that when you communicate with your potential clients.
Yeah.
Of course, that's gonna happen, and then over a year you will have 6, 7 iterations. Like in our trading business, CBH Trading Academy, the biggest trading coaching company in Scandinavia, like it also started like that.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay, we're gonna help traders. Then it was like, no, we're gonna help people get out of the rat race with something called New Age trading with only 10 hours a week.
Yeah.
Right?
And then we started tweaking the marketing. So we found we had the hypothesis that everyone's flexing Lambos, everyone's flexing Rolex. Okay, what about if we went the other way and we said, hey, forget all that, this is the realistic way. And we tried that out and it worked. And we made different iterations of that.
Yeah.
So that's essentially that's the foundation of everything you're going to do.
Yeah.
Is right there.
I think also because there's so much to this, and actually this is where I spent, when I start a business, I would rather spend like 1 or 2 full days on this, and I feel that's like 80% of me launching a business,
Yeah.
believe it or not.
Yeah.
Because if I don't do these 2 days and I like really focus on making sure that the offer is on point, also the product, you know, like the message, like that combination and the system, the third thing that we haven't talked about, there's other things, but the system, like you want a system that feels unique and you cannot launch anything. When I say you cannot, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I cannot launch anything unless I feel I have a system that is unique.
Yeah.
And I need to feel that the system is a purple cow.
Yeah.
I need to feel that nobody else in the world has this system.
And there needs to be, what you say, a missing link.
Yeah.
It needs to be, you've tried this is what you're missing.
Yeah.
Right? That's the easiest money to make in the beginning.
Yeah.
Of course, as you scale, you will probably expand your market to people who don't know. But the easiest money to make, let's give CPH Trading Academy as an example. The easiest money we made was taking traders who had already been trading for years and saying, this is the missing link. Right? And now, of course, it's Denmark, so we've pretty much saturated the only with trader market. So we have to take people, beginners, and teach that. But that's the easiest way to launch is to go in, see what's done and what's missing.
Yeah.
What are your competitors doing and what are they missing right now?
And I think the last point on this, because we need to move on, because there's so many other amazing things we want to share with people. But like the missing link is just so freaking important. And also it's important, I feel, like what I've learned for myself is it's important to pick the right niche. A lot of times before, when I was younger, I would pick a niche and then I would just grind it out no matter what and spend a couple of years and just like, but it felt uphill. And I always use the example, if you're creating a snowball, not a lot of people have been at snow in some places in the world, but to you who played in snow, like if you create a snowball and you try to like go up a mountain with the snowball, it can happen, but it's going to be hard. Now, if you're going down a mountain and you're rolling the ball and it becomes bigger and big, all of a sudden you can push the snowball. And it becomes like you've seen in a cartoon.
Yeah.
And now it builds momentum.
Yeah.
The business should feel like that. It
Yeah.
should feel like a snowball going down the hill.
Yeah.
It can build by itself. All of a sudden you release it and it can run by itself.
Yeah, and that's the good thing, because sometimes people are like, oh, how can I start a business? I don't have any expertise or whatever. Sometimes it's even better because you're not emotionally attached to
Attached to it,
something.
yeah.
Like if you've already spent 20 years in a field and now you want to start a business about it, you're so emotionally attached to this that you cannot really see the full perspective.
Or you can and just say, okay, I'm going to try with what I have an expertise
Yeah.
on, and I try different angles.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's also the angle. It's like, okay, maybe it's not men, maybe it's women I help. Maybe, you know, like stuff like that. So
My point is just you have to be able to kind of withdraw yourself from the business.
absolutely.
And look at it logically and data.
Yeah.
Like get your emotions out. It doesn't matter what you want if the market doesn't want it.
Yeah, I've now like come to the conclusion of if I'm in a business and it doesn't feel easy after 3 months, I don't want it.
Yeah.
When I say easy, I'm not saying business is easy.
No.
I'm saying that getting clients is kind of effortlessly with the right systems in place.
Yeah. Yeah. or at least you can see that it's
potential
very
is there.
scalable.
Yeah. That's important. So before I would just like fuck it, we hammer it home, let's
Yeah.
do it, grind. No, because like if you're in the right business, success will be 5 times faster, 3 to 5 times faster, I would say.
Yeah.
If you're in an average industry.
And this doesn't take away from volume. Of course, you need to do volume.
But
Of
like
cour-
if you're working in a niche where it's like this is going to be easy, and you're working in a niche this is average and this is horrible. Like if you put the same effort in all 3 of them, you're gonna get different results.
Yeah.
You're gonna get the best results over here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna work over here, and that's just what I'm saying. Like because that's smarter.
100%. Let's move to
Yeah.
leads.
Yes,
So the third one we're going to talk about is leads. Of course, it's probably one of the most important things in your business.
Yeah.
If you have no leads, you have nobody to sell to.
Yeah.
The big mistake I see most people make is they start out with paid ads. I think that's a mistake, because if your business idea requires paid ads to start up and to work, then it's not going to work very well for the most time. It depends what level you're at.
I agree.
But I would always suggest that start organically and get proof of concept without putting a bunch of money into it. For example, CPH Trading Academy. Like we started with our Facebook group.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I think it would be interesting for people to know your story with marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like because I think that's because also what we want to do. We want to keep this podcast as our experience thing.
Yeah.
So people can do whatever the fuck they want. But can I not ask you, like, because I think your story is fascinating. Like, how did you get started with marketing, and how long have you been doing this?
So I started with you, like just as an intern, and I remember we just started out as friends, and I was trying to figure out some kind of way to get into business. So I was like, if you have anything, just let me know. And I just started doing small tasks here and there, and then we kind of pivoted to marketing. The first thing I did, ironically so, because I'm saying don't start with paid ads, was Instagram shoutouts. Right, so we started with where you pay an Instagram page, and they let you post one thing and you get it out. And we actually got our first sale within 7 days from
Instagram
building that
shout-out.
business.
Yeah, and I remember because you saw that I had a level of success, and you're like, I'd like that, and you were completely broke at the time.
Yeah.
So I was just honest with you. If you run in this direction, I would like to work with you, and you just took that to heart.
Yeah.
Because also the point I wanted to hammer down with this is I am not so much involved in marketing at all, actually, with you. We have high-level conversations about strategy,
Yeah.
but you are much better than me at that. Like
Yeah.
running ads, like all the things with like influencer marketing or whatever, like organic marketing, all those things that we do is on you. I have done them before, but like you're much better at that. And I think your story is interesting because you just went all in on it. And what's been your journey? So influencer has been organic, it's been market like paid ads.
But my big breakthrough was organic with CPH Trading Academy. That's when I really saw, okay, wow, the power of marketing. And that was, I went into, so I found all the biggest Facebook groups in Denmark speaking about trading. And I was just like, okay, how can I infiltrate this? Because we don't have a huge budget for leads. We started out with with our partner's Facebook profile, which was just as friends.
49 people on the Facebook, right?
Yeah,
In
49
Facebook group.
Yeah, and it was just as friends. It wasn't like traders. It was
And there
just,
was 1,400 friends.
Yeah.
Something.
So I was like, how can I infiltrate this group? So I just started building relationships in there. I would make posts about trading. I knew nothing about trading. I would just consult with our partner, and I would provide value in there. And then I would see who was active. I would comment on their posts, and then I would start befriending them or add them as a friend. I would send them DMs, and I would invite them into our group. And at that time, we got to a point where we got 20 to like 15 to 30 leads per day who were traders. Who were traders and interested in trading, had traded for a while, and came into the group. And for a new, like very new business, that's a lot. That's a lot of leads. That's a lot.
If you know how to use them, for sure.
Exactly, because at that time, of course, it's going to go down as you scale. We were closing 10 to 15% of every lead that came into the group, right? Of course, as you scale, it goes down, but that was the reality back then. And yeah, it just really started taking off. And what was great about doing it organically was that we had a guy who was doing paid ads for a while, and we had hired him, and it's the typical kind of media buyer who's hired from outside. He was in-house, but not really in-house. He had other projects, and he wasn't really taking the lead on it. So we had a conversation, and we decided together that I should just go all in on paid ads. And when I started, it was like almost from day one had a huge impact. And that was not because I was a genius or I was a media buyer guru. It was because I had spent 6 months in the organic groups, getting to know everybody.
Yeah.
Getting so much feedback, speaking to people. I've been on phone calls. So when I started, the message was just on point. I knew how to speak to these people, and I was not speaking to a market. I was speaking to you. I was speaking like to that guy I've been speaking to in the DMs or on phone calls. And then when I just started paid ads, it's just a lot of people overcomplicate paid ads. To me, it's very simple. Like, first of all, survey your audience frequently. And then just try shit out. It sounds so simplified, but it really is. Try shit out. Like, it's the Hermosi formula. He makes 50 hooks, 5 bodies, and 2 CTAs.
You run like 500 ads per month?
500 ads per month. And 95% of them are shit. In terms of the messaging, like 95% of them I cut out after a week or even 3 days, some of them. But even if you run 500 ads per month, if even 5% are good, you have 25 winning ads. And even if 5% of them are great, then you have 5 great winning ads.
Yeah.
And that's a lot. That's people spend 6 months on finding that.
Yeah.
So it's really about just creating, and tweaking.
Yeah, and don't spend money on ads before you made at least $100,000.
Yeah.
I would say like for some instances $1 million, but like don't spend on ads before you made your first 100K in your business. For sure.
No, because you will just burn money.
And another thing that I have learned is like it's so much a game changer when you have marketing in-house. Now you're in-house marketing, but you can of course have agencies to help with different things. But like I have not seen any coaching or consulting business going to the big leagues without having marketing in-house.
Yeah.
And the reason is like if you have a freelancer, you have an agency, sure, they can help you maybe 30, 50K a month and maybe even more, but it's just like they're never going to take it as seriously as somebody who's in-house.
No.
In-house meaning they work for you or they're a partner or something like
And
that.
they're never going to know your business or your avatar as well as you.
No. They have 10 other clients, that client manager over there, and obviously you can't spend more than 5-10 hours a week on it.
I still use agencies or freelancers, but I use them for dirty work. I use them for, I don't want to, like sometimes if I need something up today, I just do it by myself or if, but like 500 ads, just the admin time of putting them up and putting all the copy in and uploading the videos. I mean, that's a waste of my time.
Yeah.
So that I use them there. And also sometimes it's good to have someone with second opinion or sitting and looking at data. But you need to be head of strategy at least.
Yeah.
You need to be head of the campaigns of what's going to run and look at the data. If you don't have anybody in-house doing that, unless you're very lucky, then you're leaving quite a bit of money on the table because you are counting on somebody who's trying to make as much money with as little time as possible.
I agree. Just a quick story on this. Again, you can have the greatest offer. If you don't have people wanting to come to you, like you can't make money.
No.
But a lot of people say, "Oh, how do I market my shit? Like, how do I do it?" And it's so easy. Like, it's literally so easy. I am lucky because I have this go-getter, like, I'm going to do whatever it fucking takes in me. And some people will have that, some people won't have it. But if you don't have it, you need to get it, especially if you're starting from scratch. My point is, if you're not talking with at least, and I'm being conservative, 1,000 potential clients this month as a startup or somebody who's making less than, I would say, $1 million a year, we really don't have too much to talk about.
No. And we talked about, taking the road with least friction and whatever. But at the end of the day, nothing can make up for laziness or not being able, or not knocking on doors.
I mean, when I was broke, I would be speaking with 3,000, 4,000 people in a month.
Yeah.
And how do you do that? Well, it was me and my brother. And basically, if you were talking with 30 people a day, that's 1,000 a month. If you're speaking with 100 people a day, that's 3,000 a month. It's really that simple.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about starting conversations. It takes 5 minutes per person. Like, this is very simple.
Yeah.
You want to be rich? It's right there. Just do it. But most people don't do it.
Yeah. Because, to be honest, it does suck.
Yeah.
It does suck to sit and send outreach messages to people where 90% of them don't want to talk to you and
99
whatever.
sometimes.
Yeah, but it's just.
But even
that's
if
what
it's
it's-
99% rejection, let's say that.
Yeah.
If you speak with 100 people a day, that's one new potential client every day.
Yeah,
Now you have a business.
that's it.
If you're selling $5,000 to $10,000 offers, you have a business.
And that's all you need, because then you get that first testimonial, and now all of a sudden your brand goes up. And also you get more money in the bank to elevate your
Yeah.
brand and whatever.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's momentum.
Yeah.
And to build momentum, it's like when you fly a plane, it takes a lot more fuel to get in the air, but when you're in the air, it's more cruise control. But you have to spend that extra fuel to get it up there, because when you have that momentum, it's so much easier. It's so much easier to make good plays when you have money and you have a business that's actually
It
running.
can be as simple as going on Instagram and finding the people you want to talk with. Now the rules have changed a little bit from since when I was on Instagram doing like cold outreach. I don't do that anymore. But there's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's LinkedIn. I don't know like what other platforms people could do, but like they literally just go on Google and search. Like if you're a B2B, it's easy to find like 100 dentists.
Yeah.
Boom, like that every day.
Yeah.
For instance, if you want to help dentists with their marketing or
And then-
building websites or anything like that.
Yeah, and then it's just spending that extra minute. If you do cold outreach, there's also a difference between just sending a generic message to everyone and trying to spend that extra minute, right?
Yeah.
Like,
especially B2B, it's so easy. I always go so far as if it's B2B,
Oh.
you will make $100,000 the first 30 days.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
If you have a great offer.
if you have a great
If
offer,
you've got a great offer and you spend, let's say, just say, okay, I'm going to spend 8-10 hours just like going and execute,
yeah,
forget about it.
yeah. I mean, because
done.
they're more open and you have context to them.
I think we should go to the next one.
Yeah, value-driven sales.
Yeah.
So obviously, you can have as many leads in your business as you want, but if you don't know how to close them, you will never make a dime. And for us, I think we are kind of a purple cow in the way we do sales. I know we're not the only ones, but when I've worked with a lot of coaching business, I've looked at a lot of coaching business, I've researched so many competitors. There's very few that has it down to a science like we do.
Just say it.
Yeah.
We're the best. That's what I mean. Like, we're up there. I feel like we're among the absolute best in
With
the world
this-
when it comes to, like,
utilizing our leads.
that's what I want to say.
That's
I'm not talking scale. I'm not talking about it. Like, it's like I get 1,000 people. You know, make sure you deliver as much value as possible to these people and get as much money as possible.
And the reason why, because I thought about it, the reason why we are so good at it is because we took the processes from when we were most hungry
yeah.
and we had the least
Yeah.
leads. Because we didn't know marketing. Like, I started with marketing, 3 years ago? So
4 years.
yeah, and we had so little leads, and we had to squeeze everything out of it. The beauty was we kept that consistency as we scaled, and we have over 50 touch points per lead.
Yeah.
In terms of how we get them through our funnel. So the magic for us really happens how much attention we give to every lead. Like Alex Hormozi says, the one who's willing to invest the most per lead is the one who wins.
Yeah. And that's good. And it's coincidence that we have something called the investment funnel, because this is basically something that I've done for 10 years. But investment funnel is really about designing a funnel so people micro invest in you along the journey.
Yeah.
It's like if you're going on a date with a girl and you after 30 minutes say, do you want to go back home? It's not going to fly most of the time.
No.
But if you say, okay, you're having great time and you're like, oh, let's go and grab coffee, or how about we go just check this out, the park
Yeah.
over here, or whatever. Like, it's become a much easier ask. But what about if you just keep having great experiences, you're growing together, and then all of a sudden the prospect is saying, "Hey, can we go home?" Metaphorically.
Yeah.
And you're saying, wait a little bit, like you need to like do this and this, and or maybe yes.
Yeah.
So my point is, like, you're turning the tables. Instead of saying, "Hey, would you like to go home?" People are asking you, "What about when can we go home?" Metaphorically again.
Yeah.
Or when can I buy? Or like, do you have something?
Yeah. Essentially, you build a ladder
Yeah.
from lead to buy.
Yeah.
So instead of they have to jump all the way to the roof, you build little steps.
So they're getting so excited,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden they see your value correctly because you've designed it like that, and you're not cheating anyone. They understand, like the average person who buys, in for instance, our trading coaching company,
15 plus hours.
15 plus hours before they even allowed to buy.
Yeah.
Because we want to educate them.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's also, for us, we started with CPH Trading Academy. We started with the most like skeptical market ever.
Yeah.
Like selling trading in Denmark is an uphill battle. Everybody thinks you're a scammer by default. Like everybody thinks it's a Ponzi scheme or whatever. And so
Very
we-
skeptical market.
Yeah. So we really have to prove that we're different. So that's how it started.
If you
But-
can sell to a Dane, you can sell to everyone.
yeah, especially if you can sell trading or crypto to a day, then yeah, then you're good for life. but essentially, what we had to do was we had to build a funnel where they could build trust to us, and they could get to know us, and they could get to know also the vehicle, because like there's three things you want them to be sold on. You want them to be sold on your company, who you are, right? And they need to trust you, and the vehicle. So for us, it was trading, and themselves, their own ability to do it.
This is important what you just said, by the
Yeah.
way,
So this is from Straight Line Persuasion, right?
with Jordan Belfort.
Exactly. So if you have those three parameters on 10 out of 10, you got a
People will
deal.
buy.
Yeah. And the easiest way to do that is by putting them through a funnel that's designed to get them there, right? So we have video material for each section. We have mindset material about how to believe more in yourself and to believe in skills. And we also have quick wins so they can see, I can actually do it. And we have
Like how to
education-
learn how to trade in 1 hour, like,
Exactly.
with a nice infographic. People just want, whoa, okay, I want to learn this stuff.
So that's that infographic in itself is genius because it's hitting on two touch points. It's number one, it's hitting on their belief in themselves. Because if you come in as a beginner and you see a lot of graphs and whatever, and all of a sudden you speak technical terms, I'm gonna lose belief in myself.
Yeah,
and
but
to
if
do it.
after 60 minutes you made your first trade, you're like, holy shit, I
Yeah.
learned a lot from this, and it was free.
And so now you have belief in yourself and you believe in the vehicle, right? So that's with that framework, you need to design a funnel that gets them there. But you need to frame it correctly, because we don't frame it as, "Hey, can you please trust us and please believe in our brand?" We say, "Hey, we have some shit to sell you." We don't say it like that, obviously. We have shit to sell you in the back end, because you also need to be very transparent. But before we get that far, you have to go through this, because I need to get to know you, and you need to get to know me.
We need to know it's the right fit.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they just want everyone in, and that's why we have values for every program that we create in every business. It's like, these are the values for this business.
Yeah.
Like, if the dream client, the client doesn't live up to these values, don't allow them in.
Yeah.
And you put that in your marketing, you put that in your videos for the offer, you put that to the salespeople, in the
Yeah.
scripts, everywhere. You qualify for it.
Yeah.
And if you do that, then you're going to get happy clients.
Yeah.
I think in the last 3 years, I think the refunds, or like I'm talking about like people who are making a chargeback or anything like that, I think there's been none for the
it's-
high ticket.
2026, zero.
Yeah.
Zero, yeah.
And also, I think
2025.
I think it's been like 1 or 2 in 3
No,
years.
2025 we had one, but that was buyer's remorse. He never started.
Yeah.
So it was he sent the money and then 24 and he was 86 years old and super confused. So
Yeah, okay,
so
that makes sense.
yeah, so he got refunded immediately.
Yeah, and I'm not. We have had refunds on the lower ticket, $97,
course.
$100,
Yeah, yeah.
like this stuff, but not on the higher
No,
ticket,
on the
because there's a
higher-
whole process
Yeah.
and an application process
Yeah.
and human touch points, and that's also what I wanted to say when it comes to building a value-driven sales funnel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the important thing besides the investment fund, you're building it so that they climb up the ladder and they build a relationship with you until they're literally begging you to buy.
Yeah.
That's how you build
Yeah.
it correctly. Right? They're begging to sleep with you. That's
Yeah.
how it should be.
Yeah.
Like, metaphorically. So once they're there, then you can decide are they a great fit or not, right? And do I want to go and sleep there, or I'm going to get a disease? That's
Yeah.
kind of like what you're thinking, right? Because sometimes you have to say no, because it's like if you work with that person, it's going to be horrible.
Yeah, and a powerful thing you can add to your script right now is I always say, for us the most important thing is success stories, because then insert whatever your charge is. $10,000 is nothing compared to a success story. So that's why we have this process to ensure that if I allow you to get in, and if we decide to work together, that you can be our next success story.
And a lot of people, they use those words, if I allow you in, and it feels cringe,
Yeah.
especially when I see it on Instagram. I see people like, these reels where they're like, I'm a high ticket closer.
Yeah,
Da, 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 da. Hey, you're lucky. Like, the thing is, if you actually back it up
Yeah.
with a amazing offer, and you have systems and values in place that are lived, meaning
Yeah.
integrity.
Yeah.
It's just simple. Like, if you have integrity, then it's going to work.
And congruency in your funnel, because it doesn't make sense if I book a strategy session, a
Yeah.
30-minute strategy session, and I sit here, if I allow you in, I'm like, I don't even know you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go fuck yourself.
Yeah, but
What do you
if
talk about?
But if they've already watched 15, 20 hours
Yeah.
of material, then all of a sudden it makes sense.
And these are not kids, by the way. These are like, we're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
like, there is, of course, young people in their 20s, but most of them are 40s,
Very
50s, 60s, 70s.
Our average age right now is 50 plus.
50 plus, okay. That you can see, but like we've had all, like we work with literally all ages from like
I mean, the past-
18 years old until 80.
The
in
past
different
year,
industries.
I think we've had, I can count on one hand how many we've had under 25.
These are smart people. These are business owners. These are people who have got their life
Lawyers,
together.
yeah.
Lawyers, like everything you can imagine. So like,
we have a doctor who is a crypto millionaire now.
yeah, caught into our crypto program, which we haven't even discussed. But so, like, these things happen, but it's the same language. But it's just because that the value is undeniable for them in the sales process.
Yeah.
The investment fund, and then they're investing. People don't get attracted to, like you investing in them. They get attracted in what they invest in.
Yeah.
So you gotta flip the script.
Yeah.
So okay.
You usually talk about Charlie Munger's biases. That's really spot on. Can you speak a little bit about that?
Which one of them? Because he has a lot of
Yeah,
biases.
in terms of investing into this.
Okay. Well, there's he has a lot of biases. I'm not sure exactly which one you talk about, but like, of course, the commitment and consistency bias.
Yeah.
But it also goes the other way around. Like, sometimes people, and this is not about the investment funnel, but like sometimes people, they want to be disciplined. If we go back to the you thing, and they're like, okay, I gotta have commitment and consistency. But then, like, it's not working what they're doing, but they still keep doing the same thing. I don't know if this is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I think that's a big mistake we haven't touched on, so I'm happy that you brought it up. But a lot of people, that I need to grind, I need to do it. But like, dude, sister, whatever. Like, if after 3 months you're not making money in starting your business, or like if you're 2 years in and it's just like you've done everything, well, if you have contacted us and you actually got help, then you've done everything, and we can tell you pretty quickly. But if you've done everything right, then like maybe it's time to stop.
Yeah.
Not be disciplined. Then go and change. Not stop your journey or your goals, but change the approach.
Yeah.
But that was not what you wanted me to talk about. But like,
No,
I
but
can't remember the other thing.
No, I think it was great. For me, it was more in terms of the value-driven sales funnel. It's just there will be a bias in people's head if they've already invested 15, 20 hours with a company in a field, in a skill, that
They want to follow through.
Yeah.
There's also the other side of the coin. Right?
The pitch is like, you've come this far, why not go all the way?
Yeah. So you gotta massage people. You gotta motivate them. You
Yeah.
gotta like inspire them. Have carrot. That's why 50 touch points in a 2-week sales process. Like, it seems like a lot, but people enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, but I think we need to we need to
Yeah, let's talk.
bounce in 10 minutes. So the next thing is Delivery.
Yeah. So we've talked about it extensively. It's just a lot of people build these pump and dumps where they build a business that's gonna go out of business in a few months because they don't deliver in the back end. You need to have a proper system to take people in. You need to have a proper system to get client results. And for those of you who are like, oh, but I want to spend my time in marketing and sales, I get it. I'm the same. But if you have a good delivery system, it will feed into your marketing funnel. Like, it's still to this day, all of our best performing ads are testimonials.
Testimonials.
Yeah. So essentially, it's very easy how you can build it up. There needs to be a community where this is for you who are selling info products like coaching. You need to have a community where they can speak together, a video platform where they can watch your courses, your trainings. Live sessions is what we usually also do, like Q&As, or even you can sit there and educate them. And there needs to be one-on-one support, especially in the beginning.
And that's where people fuck up, I feel like, because one-on-one support can be done in such a simple way, but it's really about getting the client to experience that they never feel left alone and they're always help.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you always say, like, I don't know. But when it comes to books, 10% of people who buy a book, they actually finish it.
Yeah.
I think with info products, it's like, the same thing. 10% of people who buy info products or programs, and I think it's like even less for courses. But let's say even if it's 20-30% who buys a course that finish it, that to me is failure.
Yeah.
So right now for us, it's 95%
Yeah.
of people who buys a program, they finish it because it's amazing. It's not just another course, because most courses are scams.
Yeah.
They really are, if you think about it.
Yeah, and we even have an exam. So before they can graduate, they have an exam where they get tested on the stuff that they've learned, and they get a diploma.
Yeah.
So that means 95% of the people who pay us, they actually end up getting that diploma.
And 30% of people who go through the first part, they end up buying the next thing. And that's actually the measurement of success.
Yeah.
They buy the next thing for $10,000. Like, imagine that. You pay for something, you pay like $5,000 or $7,500 for a 4-month program. And after those 4 months, you say, okay, you know what? I'm going to invest $7,000 or $10,000 more to finish the next thing.
Yeah.
That is the actual, proof that like the system is good.
And now you've also put 33% on top of your lifetime value per customer.
Yeah.
Before you had one program, when they're done, they're done.
Yeah.
Like if you have a proper delivery system,
Yeah.
instead of you have a one time, then all of a sudden you can.
For me, the first experience where I felt like I had something that I'm really proud of with the work we've done together was, I think, 2 years ago, where like all of a sudden we were getting referrals every day.
Yeah.
My first experience having referrals, like every day. Literally, can my mother join? Like literally.
Yeah.
You spend $7,000 and then she spent $7,000 or he, and then like, can my mother join? You don't give your mother something unless like
No.
you ask her to pay. Your father, your son.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how many sons are in the programs. Like brother, sister, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, grandfather, like and grandchild, like twins, friends. Like we have experienced everything where people they refer them and say, "Hey, my friend want to join. Can she join?" And when she can't join, it means can she pay $5,000 or $7,000? Like, and then we say, thank you so much for this. They have to go through the same process. I'm happy to help. But like my point is, that was the first time when I felt like, wow, I feel proud.
Yeah.
Literally every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
And that pride also gives you that extra gear.
Yeah.
I don't know about the people watching, but for me, if I'm proud of what I'm selling, it's so much easier to sell. Like you become more creative. But if you have any kind of shame about what you're delivering, even an ounce,
Because I've had that before in other businesses.
and it's just not scalable unless you're a complete psycho.
Yeah.
But it's not scalable. Like if you are not happy selling it, and if you don't feel good when you see that money come in, then it's going to be very hard to scale it. So let's try to wrap it up with automations.
Yeah. The last one. It's the most important one, but it's the one we're going to give you the least time on.
Yeah, we'll speak more about it.
Another time.
Yeah. So automations, essentially, if you've solved all the first 5 problems,
You are
yeah,
running like you should, right? You're focused, like elite synergy is there, like you're doing what's needed, the focus is correct, some other things on point, but your psychology, your energy, you're showing up right. Boom. You have an amazing offer, the message is on point, like it's unique, like you're in a niche where it's going downhill with the snowball, there's momentum, like this is something that can be big, it's scalable. You have leads, like you're making sure you have a lot of people you can talk with in some capacity every day. Even if you're 2 people in your business, like you can do this, even if you're 1. And then you have a system, you have a value-driven sales funnel. There's an investment funnel. Like you are built in such a way that people invest in you. You're turning the table on the client. And then on top of this, you also have a delivery system that's unique. So people, they get amazing results, and you build referral systems, and you have upsells. Like, what do you do then, right? Then that's automation. And what's your points on this?
You want to save time.
Yeah.
Right? Now you want to duplicate yourself, essentially.
Yeah.
And there's the easiest way to do it is just write everything you've done down in the process, right? So you want to have everything written down so you can then hire the next people. And I see a lot of people fuck this up in terms of hiring. And you expect the same kind of commitment that you have to the business from your employee.
Yeah.
He's getting paid 10% of what you're doing, if even that.
Yeah.
He's like he has no stake in this. So you have to make it dummy proof, and you have to take full responsibility for his training.
And then you find people, of course, who care a lot, and those you create, they become leaders.
Exactly, and that's one thing that you've done very well in these this past couple businesses is creating leaders. That's why you could remove yourself, because deliveries are taken care of, collection of money is taken care of, marketing is taken care of, sales is taken care of. But it also took you quite a few years to get to that point.
Yeah, I was a horrible leader when I started out. And there was a lot of mistakes, and maybe we can make up another podcast about that another time. But I think the one thing that I see a lot of people do when they're, let's say, they're making, I would say, like even $1 million a year, the mistake is that everything is on them. And usually say, I can't find anybody who does it right, like you were talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, like they're just doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Right? And like I can't find the right people. And it's usually either it's ego, but most of the time it's actually they don't know how to outsource correctly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they feel like they've done everything. Well, I've tried this, but she didn't do it right. Or I've tried him and it didn't. But yeah, you tried maybe 6 times and it didn't work. But guess what? You did it wrong. And that's basically it.
You're expecting consistency, but you haven't given them consistent training. So you started off badly. So
Most of the time, not always.
No.
But like what you said, like the biggest game changer for me was the 4R document.
Yeah.
Like it's role, responsibility, requirement, and result. Is everything that this person that you are hiring, is everything written down for them? Everything.
Yeah.
If no, then don't come to me. That's the first thing. Do you bring it up with the employee every day in the beginning?
Yeah.
Is there a training part to it? Like that's something we hammer down. Like, do we train the person?
I see so many pointless meetings. Like our latest, we had one guy who flew in from Denmark, and we helped him with his business. And I was like, "Are you having?" Because he was always complaining about employees. I was like, "Are you having daily meetings?" Yeah. I tried to sit in on one of them. It was just like, "Oh, so what are you doing today? And what are you doing today?" It was just there was no agenda. There was just
idiotic.
Yeah.
Just waste your time on that.
So you have things that you're complaining about. You have things that you want to give training on, and you have half an hour to an hour per day with these people, and you're not training them.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing I think you can do if you want to implement something today with automations is daily fucking training.
Yeah.
You most likely already have a meeting with them. If you don't, schedule it right now.
And when you become good at this, like I've noticed now, I'm like feeling like I'm actually good. Like at this, I wouldn't say I'm the best at this specifically, but like for instance, I took a girl now that I worked with her for 3 weeks, and like she's very young. She's 20 years old, but she is so switched on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, she's amazing. And after 3 weeks, like I feel like she's already a leader.
Yeah.
But I'm going to speak with her for the next 2 months to make sure that I never have to talk with her again.
Yeah.
When I say never, I mean like a weekly meeting is sufficient. But my point is like I'm micromanaging the shit out of her. But it doesn't feel like micromanagement because she knows where we're going. She knows that I know what needs to be done, and it's my word that goes. Because it doesn't mean that I can be wrong. But it's just like I have a framework.
Yeah.
You need to follow this framework. Oh, this is not correct. Why are you doing like so? It's also about giving feedback in real time right away. And that's. But I know you want to say something, but like a mistake I see a lot of people do is like when there's negative feedback, they wait with it. Oh, it needs to be the right time. Hey, Christine, I see that you did this and this and this. That's not how we do it. This is wrong. Like if you do this, then it's gonna create these and these problems for me. I want you to do it like this in the next time. Does that make sense to you? oh, I'm so sorry. That makes total sense. I can see it. I learned something here. Boom. That's the right feedback. Boom, leader.
Yeah.
This can be a leader. You
Yeah.
know, when I did this as like a voice message on WhatsApp, for instance. Like when you see that something is wrong, give the feedback.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah.
And also I think one of the reasons why you've created so many leaders and so fast is also because there's always an environment to grow, especially when you're a small business, right? Unless you're running an enterprise with 10,000 employees, if you are a team of 3 to 5 people, you need people to buy into your vision. Like when we were starting out, everyone bought into some kind of vision. We painted up the vision with them. I was doing exercises with all my salespeople, like the Patrick Bet-David exercises with what you want this year to be and everything. And I was painting their goals. I knew their goals so personally. Because when you are a small business, you want to create leaders, you need them to buy into what you're building.
Yeah, and you need to do it for them, not for you. So
Yeah.
it's like, what is important to you? You need to know every person on your team,
Yeah.
know what's important to them, what are their goals, what are their dreams, and how to help them.
And that's real leadership.
And when you then build trust that they know, okay, if he says, I'm going to help you with your dream or your goal, then that's where the relationship becomes really strong after a couple of years.
Yeah, because most of our team in CPH Trading Academy have been there for a long time.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5. I've had people with me for 5, 6 years.
And honestly, I'm trying to think. We've never had anyone quit. I mean,
No, we fired people.
yeah, but I'm talking people quit. Like people who said, I don't want to be here anymore. Even after very tough conversations and
Yeah,
everything.
it's usually, no, we haven't had that.
Yeah, we always fire people if we let them go.
That's a good sign, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess.
There must be somebody, but like we'll think about that for next time.
Yeah, but I can't. Not on top of my mind. Not like a core member.
No, but that's also because we treat people really, really well. And that's another thing that makes me angry when I see business owners. They're like treating their people as cows.
Yeah.
And they're not treating them well. And it's like your team is your number one priority.
Yeah.
Without a team, you cannot roll. Like you cannot automate your business without a team. So team and systems, we don't have too much time to talk about systems, but like $1 million business, let's say you're making $1 million or $500,000 or $300,000 a year. Like one of the things that I can probably guarantee you don't have in place is automations at the level you should have them. Yeah. Because usually automations are the thing that frees up your time. I remember, like first time it hit me, I was doing sales every day, like high ticket, and then all of a sudden, like getting just one system in place with the contracts and with the onboarding and like I was like, fuck, I just saved 20 hours.
Yeah.
And it cost me $500.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
Like these things are game changers.
Yeah.
And then like having the SOPs, standard operating procedures, everything written down, know what every person needs to do. That's why like, getting help from somebody who knows what to do and say, okay, you need to use this SOP. You need to have this system. You need to do this first. Then you need to do this. Like that's why you can build a multi-million-dollar business in 12 months. Anyone can do it if they just do it right.
Yeah.
And I say right, follow the right steps. So.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, a quick checklist if your employees have been onboarded right. Do they have a 4R?
Yeah.
Role, responsibility, requirements, and
Yeah.
results. Do they have a daily workflow? I always do make a daily workflow. It's just a sheet where it says first task, so they know what's first priority, and then there's a link to it with a document where I describe the task.
Yeah.
Do they have a full checklist on that, and are you going through it daily with them?
Yeah.
Right. Like if you say no to any of those things, you have something to look at before you complain about employees.
Yeah, maybe we should also say as the time of this recording, we don't have anything to sell you. So we've decided to actually just go out there and help. And then in the future, that will probably change. But it's not something that we have scheduled for the next few months at all. Like we just want to see what the feedback
we
is.
already have too many projects.
Too many projects. I just want to, this is our passion.
This is convenience. We go in here an hour a week.
So DM us if you want a checklist. There's not like, oh, then you're going to get on a consulting call and we're going to sell you anything. We don't have anything to sell you. But
have
like,
time for it all.
I don't know where this is going to be. It's going to be on YouTube.
It's going to be on YouTube, yeah.
So maybe we should link like some resources we've talked about. I don't know how we're going to figure it out. But like we even have like 49 steps on how to get to like a $6 million business.
Yeah.
Like exactly the 49 steps you have to do. Maybe we can give that out.
Yeah.
There's something about the avatars we can give out,
So
offers, all this stuff.
Today we spoke about the 6 problems. So
Yeah.
the next episodes, like we just touched upon it. The next episodes we'll dive deep into each. and there will be some worksheets for each topic. So we'll speak about you. We'll speak about your offer. We'll give you our frameworks, etc. So
Since we probably only have 3 followers when we're starting this, it's actually, and we care about this so much, it's actually your chance. I don't know. It's probably going to change in a month or 2 pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But it's your chance, if you're one of the lucky early ones, to actually want to engage with you.
yeah.
So if you tell me I have this and this problem, I'll probably answer your message,
yeah, we can
to be
we can
honest.
answer you live here.
I will spend out, take 5 hours a week and actually just make sure that I nurture the people in the beginning here.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's it.
So,
So
yeah.
let's just wrap it up and then we'll.
I like
see
this
you next-
conversation.
Yes, me too.
All right.
The setup is nice.
Yes.